Hi guys, I hope you are doing well. In this session, we'll learn or understand how we can use the Python tuple data structure in greater details. In the last two sessions, we have seen how we can use the list data structure. So guys, tuple is also similar to the list. Okay, so let me go to the Jupyter notebook. If I'm talking about what is the difference between tuple data structure and list data structure. So the difference between in these two, if you are working into the tuple, so we cannot change the element of tuple once it is assigned. But whereas in the list, element can be changed as per our requirement. So this is the first difference. And the second difference is tuples are immutable data structure. Okay. And while lists are mutable data structure. Mutable means we can change the element. Immutable means once you define, you cannot change the element. Okay. So I am going to mention here tuple. Some people call it tuple. So tuple is immutable data structure. Immutable data structure. We cannot change. Okay. If I'm talking about, let's say, how we can create the tuple. So here I'm going to mention tuple creation. So the question is, how do you create a tuple? So guys, let's say if I'm taking a variable which is t and I'm going to mention this parenthesis. So this parenthesis is representation to the creating a tuple. If I'm executing this one, now I am checking the type of t. It is giving me the tuple. Okay. So I'm going to mention here using the parenthesis, we can create a tuple. Okay. Or let's say T1, using the tuple constructor, we can also create the tuple. Fine. And one important thing you need to keep in mind while you are creating the tuple, in the tuple, you can store any type of data. You can store integers, float, string, or even other data structure as well. Okay. So depend upon your requirement, you can easily store the data into the tuples. For an example, let's say I'm going to create a tuple with having the integers. So let's say t equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here tuple has integer. Now I am going to create a tuple with the mixed data type. So tuple with mixed data types. So let's say t equal to, for an example, I am going to mention here the 5 and any character I am going to mention. Okay. So you can use this single quote and double quote. Both are represent to the string. And now 27, anything I can mention. Okay. So here this one. If I want to create the nested tuple, okay, nested tuple. So let's say T1. Now I am going to supply some random numbers. And I was saying you can store the even other data structure as well, right? So other data structure, let's say this one, anything. So you can mention anything here. So here the tuple is with the nested tuple. Okay. So guys, one important thing you also remember while you are creating a tuple. For an example, let's say some people create, let's say tuple equal to, let's say ABC. So if you will check the type of your variable, which is TP, that represent to the string. So having one element within the parenthesis is not enough. Having only one element within the parenthesis will treat as a string. But if you will mention trailing comma, right, that will be considered as a tuple. Let me give you an example. So same variable I am taking, which is TP. And here, if I'm going to mention ABC and I'm going to mention the comma. Comma means I'm going to write the another element here. But once you check the type of this variable, so this is the tuple. Okay. So in the interview can ask, like, okay, so many times this question has been asked by the interviewer, how we can create the tuple with the help of single element. Okay, so this is the way. So if you are not putting comma at the end, Python understand this is a string. Or let's say for an example, let's say if you are creating a t equal to abc. So everybody know that this is the string, but in case here, if I am using the type of t, this is also represent to the tuple. Okay, so these things you need to remember. Now, very important part is here the tuple indexing. Okay, so we can access an element in a tuple by using the long bracket, as we have seen in the earlier session in the list, right? Same also in tuple. Inside the long bracket, we need to mention the index. Or you guys know very well, the index always start from 0. Okay, each element has a specific place in the tuple, and all of those items are accessed with the help of index. Okay, so for an example, let's say if you want to access the sum of the portion of the data of some specific element, so same we will use the index. Let me give you an example, right? So let's say if I'm creating a tuple with the help of 6 element, this one. Okay, now here the tuple having 6 element, right? So we'll have indices from 0 to 5. If I'm talking about the index, so the index will be 1 for 0 and the index for 8 will be 5. But in case try to accessing the index outside of the tuple, like if you are accessing the index which is 7, so what will happen? It will give you an error. Okay, and note, your index must be an integer, right? So we cannot use float, string, or other data type as an index. And by default, index starts from 0 by default. Okay, now what I'm doing, if I'm using here, let's say t of the long bracket, I'm going to mention index, this is perfectly fine. Okay, but in case, let's say if I mention here the t7, what will happen? Because you can see that 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, but I am going to mention 7 here, so it will give me the error, index error. You can see that index error, tuple index out of range. So these things you need to remember. Otherwise, the access to same element, the same we have seen into the list. Right? So we have seen these type of examples. How we can reverse the tuple? Okay. So if you are finding any difficulties to accessing the slicing, so I will recommend to watch the previous session, right? I will give you that particular video's link into the description. For an example, let's see if I am creating a nested tuple here. For an example, this one. This tuple I am going to create here. If I'm saying, how can I access this one, ABC? So first of all, if you will check how many elements we have into the tuple, so there are 4 elements. You can see this is 0, and this is entire 1, and this is 2 and 3. So let's say 1, 2, 3, and 4. There are 4 elements. If I want to access the list, so T of, let's say I am going to mention 0, 1, 2. Fine. And how can I access the ABC? Simple, I can mention here the index which is 1. Okay, and in case let's say I want to access the ABC and 1 as well, so I can mention this one. Okay, after 2, 1, 2, 3. So this is the way by which we can access the element. Now the question is, how we can change the element into the tuple. So guys, unlike a list, I'm going to mention here, unlike a list, tuples are immutable. Immutable, right? It means once you define your tuple, you cannot change it. Okay, so you need to remember, element of the tuple cannot be changed once it has been assigned. But if the element is itself a mutable data type like a list, then we can change it. I'm giving you example. Let's say same example I am taking, which is I mentioned in the cell number 21 here. If I'm saying, can you change the element of the tuple? See what will happen. Let's say t of 0. So it will give me the 1. Can I change by, let's say, 5? Tuple object does not support item assignment, because when you check the type of t of 0, it will give you the tuple. Okay, it will give you the tuple. Okay, this is the value is integer, right? So type of t is tuple. Fine. Now, if I'm accessing the type of, let's say, t1, so what will be the type? Once again is tuple. If I'm accessing the type of t2, it is giving me the list. So I know list is mutable data structure. Okay, it means I can change the element. I can change the element. But into the tuple, we cannot change element. Okay, so in case in our tuple, if you are finding an element as a mutable data structure, then you can change the element into the tuple. How? T of 2, it is giving me this one of, let's say, 1. If I want to mention here, let's say, Python. If I'm printing my tuple after the assignment the value, or after changing the value into the mutable data structure, which is tuple, which is list inside the tuple. So you can see that. Okay, so we have changed the element within a tuple, but element should be mutable data structure. Okay, so these things you need to remember. But in case you are directly changed to the tuple element, it is not possible, because tuple object does not support item assignment. These things you need to remember. Fine. Now let's say I am giving you more example for your better understanding. If I'm using here the t equal to 1 and here t1 equal to, okay, so how we can concatenate? So simple, we can use here t plus t1. So we can combine the tuple, right? Okay. Now let me know one thing. For an example, I am using here the TP1, right? In the bracket, I am going to mention Python and multiply by the 4. Can you guess what would be the answer? You can stop the video and you can mention your answer into the comment. Okay, so you have 1 minute. Okay, now 1 minute is over. So how we can guess what will be the output? For an example, this is the representation to the string, right? And if I mention here the comma, now it is represent to the tuple. So here what I want, I am repeating this particular string into the 4 times. Okay. Now the next thing is how we can delete an element into the tuple. It means we can not change the elements in a tuple. Okay, that also means we cannot delete or remove items from the tuples because tuple is immutable data structure. We cannot change it. Okay, so that's why the tuple is more beneficial as compared to the list. For an example, if you want to create something or you want to create let's say some like specific data, then you don't want to change anything once you create it. So definitely you will use the tuple. Okay, because using the tuple, nobody can change your data. It has been fixed. Now, so here let me now for an example, let's say if I'm going to mention some basic number, I'm going to take here. Now you cannot delete an element, right? But you can delete the entire tuple using the del keyword. Using del keyword, we can delete the entire tuple in a one go. How? De. Let me print the t. Now del of t, when you print the t variable is not defined. Okay, so we can delete the entire tuple. Now, how we can count the variable? Let's say for an example, this is the tuple and I'm going to mention some of the value. This one. Now, if I want to the count of one, count of four, how many times I have four? Four times. How many times of nine I have? This is two times. Okay. So get the frequency of a particular element appears in a tuple using the count method. So guys, let's say if I'm creating for an example here the list and this is the representation of the list. So these are the relevant function related to the list. Okay. Now, if you want to check t dot, these are the two method which is related to the tuple. We have seen count. Now, if I want to check the index of the 9, see what will happen. T dot index of 9. It is giving me 5. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so return the index of the first element from the list or from the tuple. Okay, so using the index, you will find the first occurrence of an element. These things you need to remember. Fine. Now, how we can use the membership operator? Membership operator. So for an example, in case, let's say if I want to check 10 in T, so the element which is 10 is present in my T or not? False. 9 in T, yes, definitely it is present. So this is 2. So these are the membership operator. Now built-in function. Built-in function. Built-in function like let's say length of T, right? Max of T, min of T, or you can use sum of T. So these are the inbuilt function. Or you can use, let's say, sorted of the T. Now you can see that list has been, tuple has been sorted. But you need to remember, sorted function always return a new sorted list. Okay, but your T will not change. Once again, sorted and you T and reverse equal to true here. So it will give me in ascending order. So you can see that sorted is always return the new list. Okay. So guys, this is all about the Python tuple data structure. So I'm going to once again summarize. So we have seen how we can create the tuple data structure using this one parenthesis or the tuple constructor. We can create the tuple. So the difference between the tuple data structure and into the list data structure, tuple is immutable and list is mutable data structure. Okay, so these things you need to remember. List in Python is mutable, it means value can be changed. Whereas tuple is immutable, means value cannot be changed. When compared to the list data structure, okay, so tuples provide few features in Python. As tuple are immutable, it increases the performance of iterating a tuple now faster when you are comparing to the list. Okay, so in case let's say you don't want to lose your data, I'll recommend please use the tuple data structure. Most of the data analysis and data scientists use tuple as compare of the list, but eventually both the data structure is very powerful for handling the data. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this session, learn something new. For best practice, try to solve example based on tuple list. Solving question will really help you a lot. So guys, thanks for watching. Keep learning and have a great day.